everyone. I'm going to just really gush about a game here for a second. Now, I don't like to spoil it that I love it so much, but the simple fact of the matter is this game literally knocked my socks off. I am talking, of course, of Level 7 Escape. Now, the concept is you and three of your friends are playing escaped subjects from a military base that's on Level 7, where aliens are now starting to attack and swarm. You don't know who you are, you're just trying to get to Level 1 to get the hell out of the base. Now, if it sounds difficult, it is, trust me. It's got some really interesting mechanics going on for it, because you pick out your character, which they're all generic, and then you get 2 stats that help you, but you are tracked by your fear and your adrenaline. Because aliens attack whoever has the most fear, and soldiers attack whoever has the most adrenaline. So it's a really interesting way on how the aliens and AI decide who to attack. However, when you first pick up this game and look at all the pieces and read the book, you're going to be confused. It is not a simple game to understand. It's going to take some trial and error. It took us about, I want to say 45 minutes before we really got what was going on. But then after that, it was just fan-freaking-tastic. This is one of those games, like I said earlier, you have to cooperate with. Because you can't backstab each other, but you really don't want that person dying because they might have a skill that you really, really need 2 tiles away. So gameplay is very simple. You have 4 actions you can take. Moving each tile takes 1 space. Attacking something takes an action. Drawing event cards takes an action. Playing out takes an action. So moving and understanding the simple gameplay is pretty simple and straightforward. So what happens when that goes on? When you move the tiles that have an icon, or what happens when the aliens and soldiers activate? Because that all gets a little muddled, but when you sit down and just look at the rules and actually play, referring to the rules, you're going to understand it just fine, and it's going to get so simple. Like I said, you're going to have to stick with it. At first glance, you're like, I don't even understand what I just read. I didn't. I teach people how to play all the board games I have, and Doom, the board game, was pretty complicated, trust me. So going into Level 7, it does have a very big survival horror video game feel to it. You really don't have any weapons outside of your fists, and if you do happen to find a weapon, it's not going to last you very long. But the biggest aspect of this is the lockdown factor. When certain conditions get met, lockdown happens, and you only have a certain amount of time to get to the goal before the game shuts down, the level shuts down, and it's game over. The only way you can win this game is to get to level 1 and out the escape door. So it is a very big scenario play game because it's all scenario based. You have your 7 scenarios with specific instructions, but it's a build as you go, so it's not the same board every time, which I didn't quite understand how that would work until we played it. It's very different each time you play it, is the best way to put it, because I'm not big on scenario-based games that have pre-designed maps, because then you have to create your own maps. And when I looked at this game, and the whole point is to get to level 1 to get out, I thought, well, how much fun can that be? We were very, very, very wrong. You have to have patience with this game. So if you really want a fun game, that sci-fi survival horror to play with your friends, you can't do much better than Level 7 Escape. Plus, there's an expansion coming out this summer called Lockdown that adds more conditions, more scenarios, more monsters. I think Chris Rachel just fell off her box. That was odd. And so, if you have a good group of friends you want to play with, definitely get this game. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, simply because, at first glance, it's going to turn you off. You're going to look at because it has a rule book and a scenario book, and you're going to be like, I don't understand what we're supposed to do, because things don't make sense. You're like, well, you have 5 lockdown tokens. How are you going to possibly get out? But trust me, just trust me, it will make sense by the time you get to level 6, which is the second level in the game. So if you want to find a way to run and escape, grab some friends, get this game, and see if you can make it out of level 7 Escape alive. It's from Privateer Press. Definitely go pick it up.